If you are struggling with trying to manage your time, with trying to manage your productivity, with trying to manage the seemingly insurmountable number of responsibilities that you're having to juggle, then this video is for you. Because I'm going to share with you the secret that I've discovered about time management that I believe will really help you to master the art of time management once and for all. My name is Alex Potter, and I'm the founder of Alex Potter Coaching and Consulting. So, given what's happening in the world and given the increasing level of busyness and distractions and the increasing amount of demands that are being put on us, that are being put on professionals, on leaders, it appears that time management has become an increasing important topic that people are trying to figure out. And what I found is that time management is an inner game thing. Like, I've studied and experimented with numerous time management systems and approaches. And I found that most my time management approaches are pretty rigid, right? They're based on a certain approach, they're based on a certain system. And when we look at what's happening in our day-to-day work, we notice that there are different situations that require different approaches when it comes to time management, right? So, for example, sometimes I have to adjust the list of tasks on my to-do list based on deadlines that are coming up. Sometimes it's necessary to adjust to the needs of clients, organizations that I'm working with. Sometimes it's important to make some space for unexpected things to be taken care of. And sometimes I have to have time to work on content. So there are all these different needs that seem to warrant different approaches. And so one of the things I found is that when it comes to time management approaches, it's really crucial to find ways and approaches that are nimble, that are flexible, that are adaptable, and that allow us to deal with the different types of situations, and that also don't try to force us to manage things that we don't control. And especially given the times we live in right now, with increasing volatility, increasing sense of uncertainty, and constant rapid change, it's become even more important to find ways to manage our daily schedule, our time, in ways that allow us to remain adaptive, to remain flexible, so that whatever approach we're using is not about us trying to fit into something that's rigid, but we're actually using approaches that support us and our needs, and also our individuality, our uniqueness in how we approach our daily tasks, because we're all wired differently and different things work for different people. And I think it's really important to allow ourselves to fully acknowledge that. So when it comes to time management being an inner game thing, What I've learned over the years is that time management is related to the state of mind we're in. So I'm going to give you an example. So I want to invite you to think about what you're after at the deepest level when it comes to trying to manage your time, when it comes to trying to manage your productivity, when it comes to trying to manage the seemingly insurmountable amount of responsibilities you're having to juggle. Right? What are you longing for at the deepest level? Like, my sense is you're not just looking to find a way to organize things more effectively or more neatly or more efficiently. While this is certainly helpful, I also believe at the deepest level, it's important to tune into what is the deepest desire. For example, you might find that you want to experience a deeper sense of peace, a deeper sense of, relaxation, a deeper sense of knowing that, things are going to be okay. You want to feel expansiveness. Maybe you want to feel a sense of abundance, of knowing that, whatever tasks are being thrown at you, you'll figure it out. You or people you work with, and you don't have to constantly feel that sense of pressure, that sense of lack, that sense of deficit that we so often struggle with, right? Because at the end of the day, 24 hours is never enough, right? More and more tasks keep piling onto our to-do list every day, and we feel we're always behind. And then we believe that the more we try and the more efficient we get at time management and at managing our productivity, we'll eventually get to a point where we get on top of things, where we don't no longer have to feel like we're constantly behind. And I'm here to tell you that that moment likely will never come, because we cannot control something that's uncontrollable, that's coming from outside of us. And that's why I want to invite you to start to shift your perspective on your focus on what's going on in here. Because that will allow you to exert control over things that you have control over, which is you, which is your mindset, which is your approach. And as long as we feel a constant sense of urgency, of anxiety, of stress, of scarcity, it doesn't matter how good a time management system is and how sophisticated it is, or how much time and effort we spend on trying to organize everything the perfect way. And again, I'm not saying that that doesn't play a role, but what I'm offering is a way to look at time management where what you're doing about organizing your schedule and your daily to-do list and your weekly, monthly, annual goals is an extension of what's going on inside of you and what's going on up here. So that you're not trying to just cover something up that isn't aligned, meaning that you're not just trying to compensate for a deeper inner sense of stress and lack and imbalance. And so I want to really invite you to start to focus more on your inner game and on your inner state of beingness. Because when you're stressed out, you are going to be in survival. You're going to be in a reactive mode. You're going to be in fight or flight. And from that place, it's really hard to maintain steadiness in your daily schedule, right? So doesn't matter what you try to do externally, your inner state will always drive your actions, your decisions, and how you're approaching the demands that are being thrown at you. And so that's why I want to really invite you to look at time management as a way of managing yourself. And that's ultimately the secret, to keep making space to manage yourself, to create space to maintain an inner sense of calmness, an inner sense of steadiness, an inner sense of centeredness. Because when you're in that state and when you can give yourself space and time to manage yourself, you will be able to access your true power and your inner wisdom. You will no longer feel the need to constantly show up from reactiveness, from defensiveness, from the need to protect your sense of deficit and urgency. You can make decisions from a place of wisdom instead. And that's a complete game changer. So if this resonates with you, I want to invite you to share this with others who might benefit from it. And also, I want to invite you to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.